All right, sorry for the extended break, everybody. We are back with No Holidays 2024. We have Illegally Sam running a Rhythm Sprout. Let's take it away.
Hello, everybody. I am IllegallySam, and I've got something a little interesting for you today here with Rhythm Sprout. If you've never heard of or seen Rhythm Sprout, it's an indie rhythm game, and yeah, that's obviously all there is to say about this game. Don't worry about anything else. There's definitely nothing else to talk about with this game. I definitely won't be talking about it for the next hour or so. Yeah, but before we get in, I just want to call out that I'm going to be wearing this little festive little Norwegian sweater as my outfit. There's also a gingerbread outfit. I just like the sweater slightly better, so I'm going to use that. And then also my weapon's going to be a candy cane because it's no holidays allowed, so we got to use the holidays to defeat the holidays. But yeah. Like I said, this is an indie rhythm game, and I'm going to be showing off the main story for you here today, which is 20 songs. And yeah, there's more than that in this game, but we're going to be going through the main story, and that is what we are, doing for all of you today. So I figure we could just go ahead and hop into things and get started, and we'll talk about more as we go. So we'll give a countdown, and then we'll get going. So yeah, I'll start things up in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right. So like I mentioned, this is a rhythm game, and what that means for this game specifically is we've got 2 lanes of notes, which is pretty simple. It's not like Guitar Heroes 5 or anything like that. So we're keeping it relatively simple. I am playing this game on controller, so the way the controls work are, we got the right lane here, that is the face buttons, and then the left lane is the D-pad. Yeah, the game starts off pretty simple. Gets a lot more complicated later on. It takes a whole 20, 30 seconds to even get a note in the second lane. Yeah, but there's also a third type of note which covers both lanes, which is a dodge note. For that, I can hit either of the bumpers, like that. So yeah, what the notes do in this game is each note you hit gets a sprout here to take 1 step forward, and when you reach the end of the song, and by the end of the song is notated by that little checkered flag thing right there, that is, the end of each level. So the goal is just to get to the end of each song as fast as possible. So what that means as far as a speedrun setting goes is that there is another mechanic that I have, which is called Sugar Rush. It's this game's star power. And the way Sugar Rush works is if you use it, every note you hit covers both lanes, so you can use any button to hit it that you want to. Whether it's right lane button, left lane button, or the dodge button. And it also turns dodge notes into regular notes, and they all give you bonus points. So what I'm going to be wanting to do with my Sugar Rush is replace as many dodge notes with regular notes as possible, because dodge notes don't make you take a step forward. Instead, you just dodge, and if you miss it, you would take damage. So like I said, we're going to want to replace as many of those as possible with Sugar Rush notes, because that lets us take more steps forward than intended, and we can get to the end of each song just a tiny bit faster. But that also means that if at any point I miss a note, things will take longer. Yeah, this game also has combat. Combat is functionally just more the rhythm gameplay, but with an extra little coat, because let's actually talk about what's going on in-game story-wise. So yeah, like I said, we're Sprout. We're a knight for the the Vegetable Kingdom under King Brock. And the Vegetable Kingdom's currently under attack from all these candy invaders. And they're all, these candy are under the evil King Sugar Daddy. On top of that, Princess Cauliflower is missing, so not only do we have to stop the invasion by King Sugar Daddy, we also have to go find and potentially rescue Princess Cauliflower in the process. That first one's way more important than the second one. Princess Cauliflower's kind of been missing for a month, and King Brock kind of didn't notice. Kind of forgot about it, so that one takes second billing. Yeah, this game is very not serious. The story is very goofy, very lighthearted. Pretty charming as well. So yeah, this game, you know, it's got good music, it's got funny writing, and it's got it's overall just pretty charming, which I appreciate a lot. Yeah, now we're moving on to the third level, the Winter Woods. So yeah, in between each of these levels is like a whole like extra scene with dialogue. There's some dialogue choices as well, but for the purposes of this, I am skipping all of them. So yeah, if you were playing through this game just like this is your first time playing it, you haven't played it before, you would be forced to watch through all of those scenes in the sense that they're at the very least forced to start up. You can still skip them. But because I'm doing this from a finished save file, I don't have to worry about skipping them, because I would have to manually select any of the ones I want to watch. But yeah, the fact that you go back in and play the songs without the extra cutscenes, and you have to select the cutscenes manually is nice for, you know, if you wanted to go back in and play the songs again and get a better score at all. Because the way scoring and all of that works in this game is your accuracy matters, where there's 3 different accuracy ratings: okay, good, and perfect. And they give different point ratings, as you can see in the bottom right there. It also gives you like a little tracker of your last 6 notes hit and tells you like what your rating was for the last 6 notes, which is useful for when like there's a bunch of notes in quick succession, so you can't actually tell how well you hit some of them. And then Sugar Rush, like I said, is just worth extra points over all of them, no matter what your accuracy is. So yeah, it's 50, 150, 300, and then Sugar Rush is worth 400 points each. And so at the end of each song, you know, depending on what your score is, you get 0 to 3 stars. And then there's also a second star rating, which is for your best combo. Most levels don't require a full combo to get 3 stars for the combo, where like you can get like, you know, anywhere from 60 to 80% depending on the song without missing a note, and it'll give you 3 stars. But if you're trying to get the best score possible, you're going to want to hit all the notes anyway, because every single note that you miss or every single input that is bad or something like that, you lose 50 points. So if you mess up more than a couple notes, that starts to add up pretty quickly. And also, I mentioned a while back, like, you know, dodge notes. If you miss them, you take damage. In the bottom left is your health, and if you take too much damage, then you die, and you lose the song, which is obviously not very good. But thankfully, if you were to like take a bunch of damage, you can recover health by just like maintaining a combo. I think it's like every 10 or 20 notes or something you do consecutively, you get 1 little pip of health back. So that's nice, thankfully. Alright, now we're in the haunted mansion of Count Aurel. Because we're, you know, he might know where Princess Cauliflower is, because last we heard she went through here. So we gotta go ask him what's going on. In the last level, we were, you know, we met a couple of mushrooms. They're not too fond of Count Aurel, because according to them, Count Aurel, you know, one time he told them a joke, and it wasn't very funny. And one time he like tried to show them a YouTube video, but like it wasn't very good. So because of that, they don't like him. But unfortunately for us, that we still have to go and talk to him, see what he knows, and go from there. So now we're in his haunted mansion. Also, normally when I do marathon runs for any game, it always feels like a little weird when I stop talking, because it's like, oh no, is there too much dead air? Am I doing it wrong? But it's like, with this game, who cares? It's a rhythm game. You're here for the music.
I mean, if you're worried about it, I can say something.
Go for it.
Well, oops. Okay, there we go. I can say something now. So we are running out of time for the bid war for this game, right? Only a few levels left, right?
Yeah, about 20 or 30 minutes until that point, in fact.
Yeah, so just 20 minutes until it is too late to donate towards the bid war for this game. It is, have you seen Lord of the Rings? And the options are, yes, the extended editions, yes, the theatrical cuts, or no. Personally, the extended editions are my favorite, and if you have not seen them, then I recommend seeing them, because it adds a lot more to the story.
And for anybody wondering, why the hell is there a bid war for watching Lord of the Rings about some random rhythm indie game? Don't question it. It trust me, it makes a lot more sense than you'd think if you were watching all of the cutscenes and reading all the dialogue in this game. They reference pop culture more times than you would expect. Because, also, that little hologram in front of us is Count Arel, because we met up with him, and then he opened a trapdoor under our feet. So now we're in a dungeon under the mansion. We have to make our way back. And he's laughing at us in the process.
I was going to ask you if the extended editions were your favorite.
I've only seen the extended editions, so...
Only seen the extended editions. Nice.
Yeah.
Isn't like each extended edition movie like 3 hours? Like
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I only have I actually had never seen them until like a year or two ago. But then my one friend group was like, "Oh, we have like a bunch of people who've never seen Lord of the Rings. We're just gonna every once in a while we're gonna just meet up and then watch one of them." And then eventually we got through all three.
Nice.
And if you're getting a big group together to watch them, might as well watch the 3-hour one.
Anyway, how those bid wars are standing is $55 towards the extended editions, $20 towards theatrical cuts, and $0 towards no. So if you'd like to change the balance there, go ahead and donate using exclamation point donate in chat. Thank you so much, and it's back to you.
All right. See, another thing about this level is this is the first level to introduce trap notes. So what trap notes are is basically they make your inputs for certain notes a little tighter, because if you hit things a little too early or a little too late, you hit the trap note instead of the regular note. And when that happens, you lose 50 points, like that. That was purely for demonstration purposes. Definitely didn't hit it by accident. But for our purposes, while losing points, isn't great, it matters a bit more that, it eats your input, and it, basically makes you miss a note. Also, some of these levels I'm realizing that I am not quite remembering the best place to Sugar Rush, because some of them are, they don't matter all that much. Some of them, it's, very important to hit the right Sugar Rush timing, and then some of them are just oh yeah, there's, a couple dodge notes that you'll hit by hitting it with the right timing. It's not that big a deal. And these early levels are those ones, so it's just basically use it whenever. But alright, now it's time for the first boss fight of the run. It's the boss fight against Count Arel. And yeah, because he wanted a friend, but he's he's kind of a jerk, so we don't want to be friends with him. funny little thing about this song, on the game's like official soundtrack, there's like a bunch of like interesting little discrepancies between like the official release and the in-game version of the songs. And this is one of those, which will be apparent in a moment. Because basically, every phase of the fight is just the same song, but like, sped up again. And this, the second run-through is basically what the official version of the song is. It doesn't include the first or third phase of the fight for some reason, which is just an interesting little quirk. Because like I said, the soundtrack, not exactly one-to-one with the game, but that is not a problem, because something like this the game itself with the gameplay mixes and matches different parts of the songs in different ways, because like on some of the levels where like it's a different part of the song while you're fighting an enemy versus when you're just walking along, stuff like that. And then also every single song, if you get to the end of the song and you don't finish the level, it'll just like loop a section near the end of the song, as opposed to like cutting out earlier or anything. So like you never have to worry about not finishing a song because you missed too many notes, because it'll just loop a portion of the song until you do finish it. Alright, and that is Count Orell defeated. I like that song a lot. That's a fun song. Like, when I was playing through the game for the first time, that was, like, the first song that really stood out to me. I was like, oh, hey, this song actually kind of slaps. But now that we've defeated Count Orell, he told us, yeah, I have no clue where Princess Cauliflower is. She left, like, a month ago. I can't help you, man. So now we gotta keep going and keep looking. Go through the Jammin' Jungle. This song is also a banger. I like this song a lot. I'll probably be saying that a lot because this game has a lot of good music. You gotta appreciate a rhythm game with all original music, because that takes a lot more effort than using licensed music as far as work during development goes, because composing good music is not easy. So big props to composer for this game and all the game composers. Something else funny about the cutscenes in this game. Like, basically, through every other level, you just come across a phone booth. And then if you go to Sprout will go up to the phone booth and just, King Brock's on the line. You know, just giving you an update about what's going on. He'll, use his kingly powers to predict the future a few times. It's just King Brock is very interesting as a character, and the stuff he has to say is interesting every single time, just not necessarily in a helpful way. Because there's one scene later where it's basically like he basically like professes his love for Sprout here, and then he hangs up. You pick up again. He's just like, "What are you talking about? That wasn't me. I wasn't on the line. I don't know I don't understand what you're talking about." Like, basically it just denies the whole thing. Coming up on the end of this song, though. Alright. And yeah, that was level 7, Jammin' Jungle. I do, like, a lot of the song names in this game are just, you know, the name of the level that you're playing. And a lot of them don't go too far beyond that, but it does result in some very, very interesting level names in the future, which I'm not gonna spoil what they are. You're gonna know when you see them. But for now, we got Fruitopia. As you know, Fruitopia's got to have the heavy metal blaring. Yeah, because that little apple dude on the right that we just passed by, he's just like giving us the whole rundown. It's like, oh, it's a tropical resort, you know, here at Fruitopia. And then all of the evil candy people show up and ruin things. And he gets really mad, and that's why there's heavy metal blaring. Because we gotta defeat all the candy. Like this gingerbread man right here. Like I said, we'd be using the holidays to defeat the holidays. And it includes evil gingerbread men. Yeah, something I forgot to mention when I was talking about the scoring and everything earlier is that every level, if you get all 3 stars for score and all 3 stars for combo, it doesn't have to be in the same run, but it can be obviously, you get a 7th star and you also get a record on the song. Like a music record, not like a top score. It's also a top score, but... yeah, it gives you like a little record icon and... Yeah, basically, you know, by getting enough stars, you unlock bonus songs, and the records are how you unlock the extra costumes and weapons, by getting that on certain levels. Yeah. All right. Also, something that popped up a couple levels ago, but hasn't shown up too much yet, is that little finishing combo thing at the end of fighting certain enemies. Basically what that is just you alternate between the left lane and the right lane buttons, and each one you press gives you an extra 100 points, so you just try to mash them back and forth as quickly as possible to get bonus points. Doesn't affect anything speed-wise for the run, but if you're going for a high score, obviously you want to maximize those combos as much as you can. Because if you are good at mashing through them, you can easily get over 2,000 points each time. But yeah, I won't be going too hard on them because I don't have to. Getting a high score is nice, but it's not required. Which is good, because I am getting a lot of goods and not perfects. Alright, but the reason we were going to Fruitopia is nearby there is a double agent. There is a somebody that was secretly not actually working for King Sugar Daddy. It was actually a double agent for King Brock, and it was a giant gingerbread house. So we walked inside the giant gingerbread house, and now we're here. And we're on our way to the Candy Kingdom. Because the gingerbread house kind of acts as a portal between the 2 kingdoms. And all of the evil candy people were coming through there. But it's you know, it's backfired. We're using it against them now. But yeah, the inside of if you didn't know, the inside of every single gingerbread house ever is just like this weird nebulous void that you can walk through. So if you've never stepped inside one, this is what they look like. This is definitely true for every single gingerbread house, even in real life. Yeah, despite this game only having 2 lanes as a rhythm game, they definitely make the most of both of those lanes with a lot of these songs and a lot of the patterns they throw at you. And I will say, this kind of layout with the 2 lanes works surprisingly well on a controller as well. Because, obviously rhythm games all have weird, different control schemes depending on the game. And so keeping it simple is definitely convenient at times. So, like I said, I can appreciate that. Alright, now we're in the heart of the Candy Kingdom. It's time for the Candy Factory. Also, banger. I like the song a lot as well. Like I said, I'd be saying that a lot, because there's a lot of good music, but I like this one a lot. But yeah, I will say, if you want to get any more donations in for the Lord of the Rings bid war, there's only, I think, 3 songs left there after this one. So you're running out of time to affect that if you want to. Because there's going to be only a couple more levels before we come up on where the cutscene is, where that will matter.
And again, just to update you where we are on that, once again, we are at $55 for yes extended editions, yes theatrical cuts, and no, we're $55 there, $20 there, and $0 for no. I would personally like to see extended editions in the lead, but I would also like to see a lot of competition on that bid war, if possible. And then we do have an incentive open for tomorrow morning, which is Pepsi Man cutscene %, which will allow us to view all those lovely cutscenes for the game Pepsi Man, which I highly recommend we meet that incentive because there's a lot of good stuff there.
Shoutouts to Pepsi Man. Iconic game.
Pepsi Man!
Also has great music. Unironically, the Pepsi Man theme slaps. Yeah. Did you know that this year was Pepsi Man's 25th anniversary?
I did not, actually.
I remember the exact release date of Pepsi Man because it is exactly 1 month and 1 day older than me. Which is a weird fun fact that when I learned, I cannot forget.
It is slightly older than me.
Alright, now we have the second boss fight of the run. This is against Candy Mama. She's the one that's been making all the candy that we've been fighting this whole time. So in true boss fight fashion, she spawn ads, and then we fight the boss herself. Also in true boss fight fashion, got 3 phases. Because everybody knows that a boss fight is required to follow the rule of 3s. Yeah, I like this song as well. I wasn't lying when I said I'd be saying it a lot, because it's like half the songs in the second half of the game I like a lot and listen to regularly. because I listen to this soundtrack as a whole quite frequently, just because it's very easy to pop on a song or two and just jam out to it while I work. Or just put on the whole soundtrack and jam on it to it at work. So I do that pretty regularly. And since this game has 30 songs in total, not including like menu songs and stuff like that, you know, it's pretty sizable, but it's not like too long either. Because yeah, there's 20 songs in the main story. There's 5 songs in like a prequel side story, and then there's 5 bonus songs at the very end of all of it. Alright, time for phase 3. Just gotta spawn one more ad. Alright. Candy Mama, you're going down. It is time for the final attack phase. Also, this one's a lot longer than the other two, so we get an extended portion of this song. Also, I just really appreciate the animations for this game. Because since every single note is tied to either an attack or, you know, it's you taking a step forward or anything, it's like, the fact that every single note in like a fast-paced rhythm game is tied to some sort of animation from the characters is something that I appreciate a lot. Because it's just... You'd think it could get out of hand very easily and look pretty goofy when it goes too fast, but it's always very seamless. Alright, it's time for Candy Lane. We're in the heart of the Candy Kingdom. And now... Yeah, this is the part of the game where the humor gets a little dark. Because this is the part of the game that in-universe later gets referred to as the Candy Lane Massacre. As we kind of strolled through here and... yeah, we're just killing everything we're coming across.
They call this a family-friendly game. Jeez.
Like I said, it kind of comes out of left field when you're playing it for the first time. It gets foreshadowed a little bit in the previous level, because in, like, the post-level cutscene, it, like, pans over to, like, a family photo of, like, Candy Mama and all of the pieces of candy that she's created. And it's, like, a little... You, like, defeat her, and then it shows you, like, a nice little family photo of who you just defeated. It's like, oh, that's a little dark. And then you do this level's like, oh, it got darker. Because like in the post-song scene at the end of this level, there's like one guy left, and he's like, no. It's like, do you enjoy doing this? And you can like respond with yes or no. And like if you say yes, it's like he's just like, oh, okay then. I guess I don't know how to respond to that. and because he's like the last guy, it's like you leave him alive, and it gives him like a weird little, like it fades to like black and white, and it like gives you like a little update. It's like he went on to write a book about his experiences here, and he goes around traveling the world. It's just like this game gets wacky. All right, this next level is the final level before the bid war is up. So you have like a minute to get in any last second donations as we play through Daddy Elevator. Yeah, remember when I said the song names are a little funny? Yeah, they start naming them after King Sugar Daddy. And that means we get Daddy Elevator. This is the elevator for the building he's in. Self-explanatory. Yeah, this level's definitely a unique one, because it's like... The song keeps like starting and stopping, because you just gotta wait for the elevator to open, and then defeat whoever's in the elevator, and then wait for the next one. And you just do that until the end of the song. And on top of that, the patterns are also pretty interesting. For like the actual rhythm gameplay. Specifically this one here. Okay, I botched that pretty badly. That ending part is not easy, but I usually hit more notes than that. So unfortunately, I gotta play a bit extra song here. Because I don't want to use my Sugar Rush there, even though it would make it way easier, because the Sugar Rush trivializes the end of this song. Also, Counter-L's here, just because reasons. He doesn't really do anything, he's just there. He's just using the elevator like anybody else would. And that right there is why I saved the Sugar Rush for the last person, because otherwise it's like a whole bunch of trap notes and dodge notes, and then like 10 seconds later there's a single regular note to hit. But yeah, alright. And that is time for the bid war, so I assume that extended editions are still in the lead.
Yes, yes, yes.
Alright, now let's watch this cutscene. Because we're trying to get into a club. So that means there's gonna be a bouncer. Because we're at King Sugar Daddy's club. Hey, you here for the party? Let me check the guest list. You're not on it. You shall not pass! You ain't getting in, pal. Hey, have you watched Peter Jackson's masterpiece film trilogy, The Lord of the Rings? Yes, we have. Flame of Adun! Yeah. That scene is awesome. Did you watch the extended editions? Yes. Nice. I mean, how could an extra 2 hours and 5 minutes of Ian McKellen and the boys be a bad thing? I always found it weird how Saruman just kind of disappears in the theatrical release, though. They're like, the White Wizard is chilling in his tower, and just move on. Or something. But in the extended editions, you actually get to see his death, which is sick. I love those movies. You know what? You're alright. Get in. Fly, you fool! Yeah. Keep in touch, man. Alright, now we can move on to Daddy Club. But yeah, that whole cutscene is what the bid war was about, because he has different dialogue depending on which options you pick. And he talks about different parts of the movies depending on which options you pick.
Just out of curiosity, what would have happened if we said no there?
He talks about how, like, the first 30 minutes of Fellowship, like, you should just watch that and you'll get an idea of, like, if you would like it or not, because the first 30 minutes of the Fellowship is just a vibe, according to the bouncer there.
Unpopular opinion, I dislike Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah,
I highly prefer Return of the King as my favorite movie out of the series.
That's fair. But he basically just talks about how, like, the whole intro scene in the Shire is just, like, a really good introduction to everything. And then at the end, when he's like, you know what, you're alright, man. Keep in touch. Also, next time you see me, we're gonna watch the whole trilogy.
I seem to have sparked some unpopularity towards myself in the chat here.
Yeah, for me, growing up, I read the first book, which was Fellowship. I didn't like the first book, and then I didn't interact with Lord of the Rings again until I was an adult. And since I've only seen the movies the one time, and it was like relatively recently, I'm not actually sure which one is my favorite, because, like I said, I've only watched them once. I haven't seen them a ton. I would say I might like Return of the King best, but Fellowship is definitely the iconic one. Because when I was watching it for the first time, it was just like, oh hey, that's the meme. Oh hey, that's the meme. Oh hey, that's also the meme. And it was just like that for the entire trilogy.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is amazing, and it's pop culture with the memes and everything. Okay, just for clarification, I don't think Fellowship is a bad movie. I just like, Return of the King more. That makes Mash happy in chat.
I mean, which is the one that won Best Picture at the Oscars? 'Cause I'm pretty sure it wasn't Fellowship of the Ring. Alright, and as we come to the end of Daddy Club, that means we're just about at the lair of the mastermind himself, King Sugar Daddy. So the next level is the boss fight against King Sugar Daddy. You know, he's the head of all of these evil candy folk that we've been seeing the whole game, so it's going to be very intense. This level against King Sugar Daddy here. Gotta get ready for it. The music's going to kick in. Gotta be prepared. Because he's got this like huge epic intro with the choir and the metal music. Get ready for the fight though. Come at me, bro. Oh, okay, barely beat him. That was a tough fight. Yeah, the whole boss fight's just played off as a joke. And then once you defeat him, he like gives you his whole backstory, complete with black and white imagery of real life photos that just fly by as he gives his very long and winded backstory, which is like over like a full minute of dialogue mashing. And then after he finishes it, he like asks you, hey, did you get all that? Do you want me to repeat it? And if you just mash A through the dialogue option, you'll hit, yes, I do want you to repeat it. And so he goes through the entire backstory again. And if you keep mashing, he'll just keep going through it until, like, after, like, 3 times, he just stops and the game continues. Also, this song is another one of my favorites. This is, like, probably my favorite song in the soundtrack, if not maybe my second favorite, depending on the day. I like this song a lot. But yeah, basically, we defeated King Sugar Daddy. He realized, like, oh hey, yeah, sorry, I was kind of being a jerk about, like, the whole invading your kingdom thing. Yeah, sorry about that, but I don't have Princess Cauliflower. I do know where she is, though, so because I'm a bean, I'm gonna plant myself, and then I'll grow into this giant beanstalk, and you go track down Princess Cauliflower because she's in the Cloud Kingdom. So you gotta. So we're climbing on the giant beanstalk made by King Sugar Daddy.
So wait, you're saying the princess is in another castle?
Exactly. Because as it turns out, Princess Cauliflower kind of was working with King Sugar Daddy to do all of this. because she was just like kind of fed up with her dad, King Brock, and so she just wanted to cause problems for him. Hit a bunch of crap notes there, that's unfortunate. Also, I will say, as, you know, we climb up this giant beanstalk, there is still a phone booth at the top, so you can still get some messages from King Brock. Because naturally, when you grow a giant beanstalk, it comes equipped with a phone booth. That is in the cutscene after you finish this level. Alright. And now we've arrived at the Cloud Kingdom, which is now the Cauliflower Kingdom. Because it's now ruled over by Princess Cauliflower as she pursues her dream of becoming a pop idol. So she's like now the head of this this kingdom. She's got her own like guard unit and everything, and now she is the pop star K-Flo. Yeah, every single song in the Cauliflower Kingdom is a banger, and this one is no exception. But we also get some very synthesized vocals that are supposed to be Princess Cauliflower singing along in the background. There is only 3 more songs left in the story after this one, though. So if anybody wants to put in chat or in donations or anything like that, what your favorite song you've been hearing from this game so far is, or just any of the songs that stood out to you in any way, shape, or form, feel free to do that at any time, because I am curious about what songs people have been liking from this. Or if you want to wait until you hear all of them, and once I finish the run, to throw it in chat or donation, that also works. There is one more guard before we come up to the end of this level here. This is another one of those songs where it's like, I'm so used to the soundtrack version that things sound a little off when it doesn't transition to the part of the song during combat exactly the same way as the soundtrack does. Because like things are slightly timed differently. It's just like a, again, funny little quirk of the official soundtrack release. But it throws me off every time. Alright, but this is the end of this song. Like I said, there's only 3 more songs. We're almost done with things. But one of those songs is definitely the hardest song out of the main 20 songs. It's not this next one, it's the one after, but it is coming up soon. First, we gotta climb up Cauliflower Tower. Because we've got the head of the guard unit, and he saw what we did, he begged for his life, and now he's taking us to Princess Cauliflower. His name is Henry Michael George. And he's 100% named Henry Michael George just so they could do the joke of having someone accidentally call him George Michael. Like I said, this game has the most random pop culture references for I have no idea why. Like, earlier in the game, when you are like chasing down Count Norell in his mansion, he like when if you say you want to be friends with him during one of the dialogue options, he's like, "Oh yay, we'll watch every season of Gilmore Girls twice." And then there's obviously the Lord of the Rings stuff, people watching YouTube videos. There's a reference to George Michael. They just did whatever they want with the dialogue in this game, and I can appreciate that. Alright. And as Henry Michael George here leads us up to the top of Cauliflower Tower, we're gonna come across Princess Cauliflower herself as we fight the final boss of the game, Princess Cauliflower herself. We are going to be facing off against K-Flo herself and her supporting band as she, as the pop star herself plays a metal song against us. Yeah, the song just has a brutal juxtaposition between, like, upbeat pop vocals and just metal. But yeah, this is by far the hardest song in the base story. Because it's just it's long and has a lot of fast rhythms. But this is also one of those songs that, it's a really good song. I like this song a lot. Alright. That is phase 1 complete as the microphone grows in size. Because technically we're fighting the microphone and not K-Flo herself. When I was playing through this game casually, this was definitely one of the songs that took me the longest to get the full star rating on. Yeah, because these metal sections have a lot of fast notes and a lot of funky rhythms. All right. And that is the defeat of the final boss. As the microphone shrinks to a tiny size. All right, but there's still one more song before the end of the run. Because just because we defeated K-Flow doesn't mean her fan club's gonna take this sitting down. Oh, yeah, I said new best score. Nice. Because the last level is the K-Flow official fan club. As they try and stop us from taking Princess Cauliflower back to the Vegetable Kingdom. But yeah, time will be after I press continue after the results screen at the end, so you don't have to worry about like knowing when the end of the song is, because it'll be, I'll call it out obviously, but it'll be very clear with the results screen and everything. So now let's just jam out to this last song here.
While we're on the topic of vegetables, I guess, what is your favorite vegetable?
That's a good question. Maybe cucumber. I do enjoy some good cucumber.
Cucumbers are nice. I think a personal favorite of mine would probably be, I want to say broccoli.
All right, and time is coming up. Time. All right, and that is the entire main story of Rhythm Sprout. But we're not done just yet, because you guys, everybody paid for some bonus levels, because we hit the incentive. So, like I mentioned, there are two sets of extra levels. There's the prequel story and there's the bonus levels. We're only playing the bonus levels, because the prequel story is an extra like 15 or 20 minutes. And I don't think the schedule allotted for that, so we're playing through these 5 extra levels. And they're fun. They're also a little unique, because they are literally bonus levels, because they're just labeled level 26 through level 30. They do have names on the full soundtrack, though, so I will mention those. But for the sake of hopping into things, I'll give another quick countdown, and then we can start the victory lap of the 5 bonus songs. So I'll get them started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. So like I mentioned, all 5 of these songs do have names on the official soundtrack, just not in game. And if there's anybody who is a drummer watching right now, you'll appreciate these. Because the levels are called, the first one is called March. That's what this one is. The next one is called Paradiddle, then Flam Jam, Arrhythmic, and the last one is Breakbeat. And if you don't know what any of that means, it'll be very clear once we get into each song, because that's what each song, like the rhythms in each song, is based off of. These are also the five hardest songs in the game, so I'll be doing my best to play them as well as I can, but I have not gotten a full FC on all of these yet, so I will not be playing any of them perfectly. I like this song a lot. This one's a fun one. Also, a unique quirk of the first 3 songs here in the bonus songs is that these ones do actually have an end, where if you reach the end of the song and you're not at, like, the goal line, the song will just end and you won't reach the goal. It doesn't really matter as far as, like, points go, because, like, you still, like, finish the song as if you had finished it normally. It's just it's just a weird little thing that they did for these 3 songs, while the last 2 songs do loop if you don't quite reach the goal. But this song is called Paradiddle, and if there's any drummers, this pattern will look very familiar to you. Because what a paradiddle is you know, you got your two drumsticks, you got your right hand, you got your left hand. A paradiddle is right, left, right, right, or left, right, left, left. And that is exactly the pattern we're seeing in the notes here. We've got right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And that's just what the song is based around. I missed like one note, so I just barely didn't finish the song. Because these songs, if you wanted to get the full 6 stars on these songs, you do need to FC all of them. Like, there is no room for mistakes on any of them as far as the combo numbers go. Alright, this one is Flam Jam. If you don't know what a flam is, again, the pattern is going to make it pretty clear. This is also one of the hardest levels, so hopefully I can play it decently enough. But yeah, a flam is basically you take both drumsticks and you hit them one after another real quick, like this. Instead of hitting them at the same time, like you might expect. Yeah, having, like, so many quick notes, like, and not having the notes be at exactly the same time makes this one of the harder songs, as you can imagine, because it's just... the rhythms are just very awkward and very easy to mess up. Like, before yesterday when I was practicing, I didn't even have any stars on the combo. And then yesterday I had a really good run where I got 2 stars for combo. But yeah, I don't even have 3 stars for score on this one. Because I just haven't sat down and grinded it out, because, like I said, it's one of the hardest songs in the game. Alright, this one is Arrhythmic. It'll be very clear why it's called Arrhythmic once I actually start playing the song, because, yeah, the rhythms are very arrhythmic. Pretty self-explanatory for this one. And as we finish out these last couple bonus songs, if you've got anything you want to read, now's a good chance before we finish things off.
Sorry, push to talk is on.
It's all good.
I'll eventually remember that.
We've all been there.
Nothing too big here. With that bid war being closed, we only have one thing open right now, and that's the Pepsi Man incentive, which is to watch all the cutscenes in Pepsi Man, which I highly recommend that we fulfill that incentive. It is $25, I believe. So, it's really great. Who doesn't want to see the Pepsi Man cutscenes? If you're just tuning in, this is No Holidays Allowed 2024, presented by the No Glitches Allowed team. This event is open to all kinds of speedruns and showcases that runners have to offer, not just glitchless runs. Looking forward to show off some amazing speedruns for the rest of this event that you can bundle up and sit by the campfire this winter and watch. And that's all I'm going to say, so you can finish out your run.
Sounds good. Alright, as we come to the end of bonus song number 4, Arrhythmic, we've got just one more song for you here today. So unfortunately my time is coming to a close very soon. But I've still got one more song in me. Like I said earlier, this one is called Breakbeat. And again, be pretty clear what that means once I actually start playing the song if you aren't familiar with the term. Yeah, I don't really have too much more to add to this last song, so I might as well just start doing some outro stuff and stuff now while we do this, because this is also the longest bonus song. This song's like almost 2.5 minutes, while some of the other ones are like a minute, minute and a half. Paradiddle's like 45 seconds long, which is why it's like one of the easiest songs in the bonus section. But yeah, if you all liked watching this game, or you liked hearing me talk, feel free to check me out, you know, over at twitch.tv/IllegallySam. I don't really play this game too often. This was more of just like I thought this would be fun to show off in a marathon setting, and so I decided to do it in a marathon setting. I don't really stream runs of this game, but I do stream runs of other games. So yeah, like I said, if you want to see more of me, feel free to check me out over there. If you wanted to check out this game, I am playing it on Xbox, and I know it's also on PC, and I would assume it's on every console under the sun, because the game comes to Xbox, like 8 times out of 10, it's on the other consoles as well. So if this game seemed fun, or you liked the music or anything, feel free to check it out on your platform of choice. Or if you just want to listen to the soundtrack, just like go on YouTube and look up Rhythm Sprout OST and just jam to the soundtrack. There's a playlist of all the official song releases that I use frequently. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've got, and time for the bonus songs is coming up when I hit continue here. And time. Alright. Like I said, if you want to see more of me, feel free to check me out over my Twitch, twitch.tv/IllegallySam. If you want to play this game, pick it up on your platform of choice. It's a pretty fun rhythm game, and the music's really, really good as well. And thanks to No Glitches Allowed for letting me show it off for all of you today and indulging my Lord of the Rings bid war. Because I still just think that it is out of context, a hilarious bid war to just ask if somebody's seen The Lord of the Rings and actually have it be relevant. But I think that's it's about all I've got for you here today. Because I didn't even show everything off for you. If you pick up the game, you still got 5 more songs you could experience for yourself if you wanted to. But that's it for me. So I'll thanks for having me, and I'll see everybody around.
Thank you so much, IllegallySam, for showing off Rhythm Sprout. We're gonna hop to an intermission while we finish to set up the next run. Thank you so much.